So Colorado State University releases a forecast for hurricane activity every single year. And in the weather community, this kind of sparks a lot of hurricane season talk. Whenever these first outlooks for the year come out, it really seems a lot closer than it is, the actual hurricane season. But we're still about a month away from the first outlooks being posted on the National Hurricane Center page, but we do have our first forecast from Colorado State University. So, here is the forecast for 2022 compared to the 30-year average from 1991 to 2020. They are forecasting 19 named storms, which is above the average of 14.4. They are forecasting 90 named storm days, up from the typical 69.4. They are forecasting 9 hurricanes, above the typical 7.2. 35 hurricane days, which is above the average of 27. 4 major hurricanes, which is just up from 3.2. 9 major hurricane days, which is just up from 7.4. And the accumulated cyclone energy, which is a measure of named storms' potential for wind and storm surge destruction, defined as the sum of the square of a named storm's maximum wind speed for each 6-hour period of its existence. We usually just call this ACE. Is at 160, projected at 160 compared to the average of 123. So if we compare this to last year, which the Weather Channel did, we are expected to be a busy hurricane season, but not as busy as last year. So La Nina or neutral ENSO conditions should not keep a lid on activity this year. So it looks like we'll be either in a slight La Nina or a neutral phase of the ENSO conditions, which is just either El Nino or La Nina. We are looking at about the same numbers as, I believe, 2018. I think we had about that number, but don't quote me on that. But definitely, compared to last year, we had 21 total named storms. Colorado State University is predicting 19 for this year. 7 hurricanes last year. CSU is predicting 9 this year. And the 4 major hurricanes from last year continue over to this year. So it seems like we will have less named storms, but the Atlantic is more viable for stronger storms. So if I would have to make assumptions from this, I'm assuming that Colorado State University thinks it will have maybe a later start to hurricane season when the first storm actually gets named. Since, a lot of the early season tropical storms are extremely weak. Whenever we get a tropical storm that forms in, May, even early June, they do kind of stay a bit weaker. A lot of them are subtropical and subtropical. So I'm assuming that means that this 9 number here shows that we are going to be seeing an active later 2/3 to hurricane season. So like mid-July to early September is going to be, a lot of named storms one after the other, and those could be more intense. But that's just me kind of speculating in my own head. This is kind of what goes through my head when I see these numbers. So it just seems like, let's see, where's the predictions for this year? Okay, so hurricane season here is in this orange color. And this is the ENSO, which is just El Nino, La Nina. And you can see the 0 line here is this thin black line. El Nino is 0.5 degrees warmer, and La Nina is 0.5 degrees colder. And you can see most of the models are right in that range. So, ENSO neutral, which I believe we had last year, but the year before, 2020, when we had to go into the Greek alphabet, I believe we were in a slight La Nina. So I think that we're not going to see a completely dry hurricane season like we would with an El Nino, but we are going to see kind of a shift comparing the East Pacific hurricane season to the Atlantic hurricane season. It is projected from this ENSO forecast that the East Pacific will be a little bit more active than the Atlantic, at least for this year. Now, here are our tropical cyclone names for this year. We have Alex, Bonnie, Colin, Danielle, Earl, Fiona, Gaston, Hermine, Ian, Julia, Carl, Lisa, Martin, Nicole, Owen, Paula, Richard, Sherry, Tobias, Virginia, and Walter. I do have from the National Hurricane Center the pronunciation guides for this year. I just haven't looked at them yet. I downloaded them, so hopefully I'm not going to mispronounce any names this year. These seem like, pretty easy names to pronounce. So, but if we take 19, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that shows us getting to T, which makes sense. I should have known that's 21. But anyway, other seasons, average activity for those 6 seasons. 8.5 hurricanes and 4 major hurricanes. 1996, 2000, 2001, 2008, and 2012 are similar outlooks to this projection. So that's it. We're getting close to hurricane season. And, this is our first kind of indicator of that. So what do you think is going to happen this hurricane season? Comments in the comment section down below. Do you think Colorado State University is right? Do you think we'll see 19 named storms and 9 hurricanes with 4 majors? Or do you think we'll have more? Less? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? But that is all the information I have for today. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing and hitting the bell. And I'll see you guys next time.